Hello, everybody. My name is Graham, and you are watching the Political Vigilance Student. But I wanted to talk about the first Maxwell trial. We have covered this story for 2 years, and I'm going to just go through a standard story that are just like I found on Yahoo, and I want to show this is the corporate media, how they describe this story. And again, they say federal trials are not televised. Okay. But there is no video footage of her at all. None. We don't even see her walking up to she's in custody. We don't see her in court. There's no mugshots of her. And I'm not just immediately saying, oh, they're fake. She's not there. It's a stand-in. I'm not saying that. I'm not jumping to wild conclusions, but I am asking the question, why can't we see her? Why can't we see her? But today was the opening remarks for the prosecution. So Monday, November 29th. And let's just read how the corporate media is framing this. Pyramid scheme of abuse. Prosecutors torched Ghislaine Maxwell on day one of her trial. On Monday morning, crowds lined up by the dozens in front of Thurgood Marshall Courthouse for New York's Southern District in downtown Manhattan, eager to witness the beginning of one of the most anticipated trials of the year. Okay, why isn't the corporate, why is this in Yahoo? Why am I not seeing this? Was this on CNN or MSNBC or Fox today? Was it? Maybe I missed it. I don't know. I don't watch all those channels. I skim through them to see what nonsense they're talking about, but I don't, where is all this footage? It's weird. And they just don't cover this story as well they should. Well, and again, this is the thing. Ghislaine Maxwell, former romantic partner, employee, and alleged procurer for the late disgraced financier and sexual predator Jeffrey Epstein, stands accused of helping him sexually groom underage girls, charges that could be up. No, this is what drives me crazy. I'm sorry. This is what drives me crazy. She is always spoken of as a groomer, as a procurer of young girls, which she did, but they can't talk about the fact she participated in the rape of these girls. Are you trying to tell me when an adult woman has sex with a teenage girl, a child, it's not rape? Like only a man with a dick can rape somebody? Is that what you're saying? This is what drives me absolutely nuts, because Mia Farmer and Virginia Roberts Giuffre said she raped us. She participated. So they're not calling her what she is, which is a sex trafficker and a pedophile. She's a pedophile too. There's stories that have come out of Catholic nuns that have participated in abuse of children. There's a documentary, and I forget the name of it, on Netflix, about these two twin brothers and their mom. So this shit drives me absolutely insane. Just right there, they're already framing it like, boy, she was the madam for him. She recruited. That's bad, which is awful in and of itself. But she also participated. So she's a rapist. She's a pedophile. She's a piece of shit. Federal Judge Allison Nathan, speaking from behind a mask and plexiglass barrier, presided over the proceedings. Opening arguments started around 2 p.m. with Assistant U.S. Attorney Laura Elizabeth Pomerantz presenting the prosecution's case, which is poised to hinge largely on testimony by 4 victims who accused Maxwell of grooming them for abuse by Epstein between 1994 and 2004, when some were minors. I want to tell you about a young girl named Jane, she said, before going into the details of one of the 3 Jane Does expected to testify during the trial. Pomerantz described Maxwell approaching Jane with Epstein at a summer arts camp where Jane was just 14 years old. These fucking monsters. The pair befriended Jane before abusing her, prosecution claimed, a pattern the state says they repeated with other alleged. This, I don't understand why this is beginning to drive me insane. Listen, read this right there. Abusing her right here. Why can't they call Ghislaine Maxwell a pedophile like Epstein? Why can't? I see this all the time in the corporate media. They say she's done all these things. They say abuse. Why can't they say a woman is a pedophile? Why can't they say that? Look, 2 years ago, I had former child crimes investigator Eric Oldenburg, my friend, and he said pedophiles can be anybody, men, women, gay, straight. It doesn't matter. Like, they can be anybody, any ethnicity, any background. He said there's plenty of poor people that are pedophiles, but they just don't have the money to hide it and get this kind of favorable coverage. We've talked about this before. How Maria Farmer said they're always just trying to just change the narrative just a little bit. Is it society can't accept the fact that there's female pedophiles and just doesn't want to say it? Or they just like, no, only men can be? Like, well, I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all, because the testimony that we're going to hear, it sounds like, and we've already heard from interviews. We've heard the sworn deposition of Virginia Roberts Giuffre. We've heard the interview of Maria Farmer, and numerous other women said that Ghislaine Maxwell participated in the rape of them, which means she's a pedophile. How is that? Why is that? There's like, well, is this just society still just not holding awful women as accountable as we hold awful men? Is that what this is? Kind of feels like it. Kind of feels like it. Pomerantz said, Maxwell played an essential role in abusing young girls, saying she manipulated them and served them up to be sexually abused, and describing her as Epstein's closest associate and second in command. And the two of them as partners in crime. Maxwell lent Epstein's patterns of abuse a cover of respectability because she was an adult woman. Pomerantz argued Epstein and Maxwell took girls shopping and to the movies, she said, before introducing sexual topics in conversation, then asking the girls to massage Epstein. An enticement Pomerantz describes as an excuse, a cover, and a ruse to get young girls to touch Epstein, after which he would touch them sexually or even have intercourse with them. Pomerantz said Maxwell was motivated to satiate Epstein's sexual desires in order to maintain the lavish lifestyle she lived thanks to him. Maxwell and Epstein later devised a pyramid scheme of abuse, Pomerantz continued, whereby they asked victims to recruit other girls for so-called massages, paying them a finder's fee for supplying new abuse victims. Jesus, this is horrible. And Maxwell, Pomerantz said, was unrepentant. She knew exactly what she was doing. She said she was dangerous. She was setting young girls up to be molested by a predator. And she participated in it. Pomerantz said jurors would hear from victims and their relatives in the coming trial, along with testimony from former employees of Epstein, including pilots of his private plane, staff of his Palm Beach residence, and on the culture of silence Maxwell cultivated while managing the property. Law enforcement witnesses will share details from their searches of Epstein's properties in Florida and New York, and the jury will see evidence recovering, including massage tables and schoolgirls' outfit. Pomerantz added the flight logs and FedEx records of gifts delivered. Bobby Sternheim spoke in the defense, saying Maxwell was being blamed unfairly for Epstein's crimes. Oh, believe all women? Ever since Eve was accused of attempting oh, fuck off. I can't read your bullshit. Sternheim continued, calling into question the reliability of the testimony the jury would hear. She said that the court would hear from accusers who would share memories from more than a quarter century ago. Those memories, she argued, have faded over time. Oh, yes. No, they don't. Being abused doesn't fade. A woman is defending Ghislaine Maxwell. Believe all women? Believe all women. Fuck you. They found 12 jurors, whatever. The question remains whether Maxwell will take the stand in her own defense, a move that would expose her to cross-examination by prosecutors, but gives the defendant, a woman known for charisma and confidence, a chance to tell the story her way. Yeah. Get her on the stand and fry her. This trial is expected to last 6 weeks. So that's how the media is covering this. talking about it, but not all the way. And I don't know if it's just a cultural thing because people don't want to accept, let alone admit, there's all these female pedophiles in the world. In addition, because we want our monsters, and especially in America, we want our monsters to look like monsters. We want, when you say pedophile, you picture some guy in a van, creepy, driving around a park. Ugh. And while those guys do exist, they're a lot more abuse in plain sight. It's a nice, respectable family, and this and that, and oh, the dad looks nice, and he's a creep fuck, and the mom's and she's a creep fuck, or whatever. Like, so I hope this comes out. I hope this trial is legit. I hope all of it, because I've been asking about this for 2 years. All of the stuff that we saw seized out of Epstein's apartment in Manhattan, in New York, and Palm Beach, and his horrific island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We saw those photos, those videos, the FBI guys wheeling it out, the dolly trucks with the stacks of where, how come that stuff doesn't make it to the media? How come it's all hidden and hidden and hidden and hidden? So I really, because the most powerful people in the world do not want their names mentioned in this trial. So that's the thing we're going to look for. They're going to really just focus on Ghislaine Maxwell and what she did. Okay, but I bet you we won't hear the big names. And this female defense attorney, who is in numerous times in other cases has pled the repressed memories don't work. This is the same defense that lawyers for the Catholic Church use. Watch that documentary, The Keepers, on Netflix, which talks about a Catholic school where a young woman was abused repeatedly. Block the memories out, because that's what the human brain does. It blocks out painful memories as a defense mechanism, especially if you're a child or teenager when the human brain isn't fully developed. And then as an adult, like 20 some years later, 30 years later, all these memories came forward, and she was just like overwhelmed. The Catholic Church had lawyers that said, oh, these memories don't exist. So this is the tactics used by the defenders of pedophiles. Oh, it happened a long time ago. It's kids remember stuff crazy. Oh, it's a teenage girl. She doesn't remember. Everyone was drunk and partying. It's all that crap. It's all that crap. So we'll stay on top of this story, everybody, because we've been covering it for 2 years and we're not going to let it go. My name's Graham. Thank you for watching. Shave your knuckles for justice. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. And that's how we make Gotham great again. Or the League of Shadows is going to blow it up. You decide. Boom. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood, and go to GrahamElwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a PO box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.